Okay, so let's go on to the next lab here. This lab says that we have a stored cross-site scripting vulnerability in the anchor tag in an href attribute with double quotes HTML encoded. This lab contains a cross-site scripting vulnerability in the comment functionality. To solve this lab, submit a comment that calls the alert function. Okay, I think we can do that. So here we are at the blog. Let's just look around for a second. Alright, so here we are on a blog post, and let's go ahead down to the comment functionality to see if we understand what's going on here. Rather than leaving an arbitrary comment, I'm just going to jump straight into the meat and potatoes. So that clearly didn't work, and let's go ahead and view page source to see if we understand why. Okay, so right here we can see that the less than and greater than signs that we're trying to put in are being encoded. And we saw that in the last lab as well. So hopefully there's something we can do about this to get around it. One thing I'm noticing is that it let us put our website right into this href tag. And I'm wondering if we can do what we did in a previous lab and close this tab and insert a on-click event and have it alert on that. Let's give that a shot. So we're going to close the quote that is currently controlling the href tag. And in fact, we can say href in there just to make sure we understand that that's where that is. So that'll be for the href attribute. And then we're still in the anchor tag. So we're going to give it an on click equals alert, like that, just like we did in the last lab. And then the anchor tag will be closed right here, but we don't need to do that. But there will be another close bracket right here that's part of the anchor tag. Let's see if this works. No, that doesn't seem to have worked. This was an on-click. In fact, you can see in the bottom there, href on-click alert. But no, that didn't work. Let's try to view page source again and see if we can understand why this didn't work. So just as it said actually in the description of the lab, the quotes are being escaped. And as a result of that, we are not able to close this href tag, and we are actually also not able to add our on-click. Fortunately, this page from Udemy actually gives us the solution. Here we can see that we can actually insert JavaScript into an HTML tag with this little JavaScript colon syntax. And from this Stack Overflow page, we can see that href also accepts this JavaScript colon function. Let's see if we can get that to work in our anchor href tag. And look at that. We solved the lab just like that. Boom. There's our alert. Let's view page source and make sure we understand why this is happening. So here's our most recent comment. And you can see this href tag looks clean. There's nothing escaped in here, and there's nothing that is sort of colored differently, indicating that it doesn't understand if it's an attribute or a tag or anything like that. It looks pretty good. And what we've done is exactly what this Udemy article said. We've told it that we want an event to fire, a JavaScript event to fire, when we hit this href. And for anchor tags, that href is hit when you click on that link. It's like a hypertext reference, right? So we click on this link. It expects us to go to a different page, and instead we tell it that we want to do an alert, a JavaScript function and an alert. And that's how we solved the lab. So in summation, this lab did a really good job of escaping the quotes that we put on this one, on the on-click alert at the bottom. It also did a really good job of escaping these greater than less than signs so that we couldn't just put a script right in here like we did in one of the earlier labs. Unfortunately, it still left out escaping and safety mechanisms in the href tag, allowing us to sort of use our username as a link to our own page or something like that. And so this just goes to show that from a developer standpoint, you need to be very careful about what you are escaping, because any user input can potentially be malicious. You should escape all of it. The comment functionality was escaped properly, quotes were escaped properly in the href tag, but unfortunately we were still able to insert JavaScript events in the href tag. So there was a third method that had not been considered by the developers. That concludes this video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.